everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Radio Sentai Castranger. We are going to be doing the year-end review for Kamen Rider XA, the sequel to Kamen Rider Drive. And I just want to let everyone know that this episode is sponsored by Fleshlight. Go fuck yourself.
Okay,
wow!
Cue the roll call.
We're live!
Zenkaigan!
Connect.
Loading.
Broadcast.
Equipment wielder, Bluecaster, Cheetah Zazil.
Reigning from the capital, Mercury Caster, Overkill!
From Royal to Ranger, Horncaster, Noble.
Captain of the Milky Sea, Caster, Princeman.
Broadcasting loud and opinionated perspectives across the internet.
Radio Sentai Castranger.
On air! Welcome everyone to a very, very special episode of Radio Sentai Castranger, apparently. Not only special because our good friend Mercury Caster is here today.
Hey, I'm back.
And joining us are also over Discord is Mr. Crunchy Person and the Nobleman.
Hello.
Greetings.
I was actually invited to this show, unlike the last one.
Yeah. You were only on the last episode because you happened to be lurking.
I got noticed, so...
Yeah.
Blue Senpai noticed me.
Oh.
So in this episode, we're going to be talking about X8 as a whole, and it's going to be more of a conversational thing that we're going to be doing.
Round table.
As
Yeah,
opposed
round
to the
table.
upcoming episode of Castranger Normal, where we're just going to be talking about specifics about the episode, and then the rest of the cast will sort of give our impressions of the series as a whole.
Absolutely. This is definitely going to be more of a conversation between friends and no arguments except for people who like Poppy. And it's going to be a great show for everyone. Yay.
Hooray!
So, I think that we should just start off with what you guys thought about the show in general before we go into details. So, Iichi, start us off.
So, because I'm an avid video gamer, I've been looking forward to the series for a while, ever since we heard about it. And I would say that it has more good aspects than bad. It definitely has some flaws, especially near the end, but we'll talk about those as we get to them. But on the whole, I would say it's mostly a success.
It's definitely on par with Gaim with me.
I would say it's I would say it's arguably in that tier.
Yeah, in the tier.
I wouldn't
not
say it surpasses
as
it.
good. No, nothing will surpass awesomeness like Gaim was, but as I said before, this is a sequel to Drive. This is what the fan fiction known as Ghost should have been.
Yeah. The thing is, X8 had a lot more unexplained things and plot holes and bullshit, especially towards the end, as you'll hear me say no doubt plenty of times, than Gaim did. Whereas Gaim pretty much wrapped up mostly everything.
Yeah, I would say that there were some things that were left more open than others, but yes, Gaim did close up a lot of gaps in the holes than most other shows did, especially the open ending that was Double, and the open ending that was Wizard.
Yeah.
But as a self-contained story, X8 kind of hit it in a way that made me go, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't Forza bad, but it wasn't as good as what I would put in the top 3 of being Blade, Kiva, then Gaim, Kiva, Double. Those are my top 3. And I go, pretty good fucking show.
Well, I like to think of it as I would both recommend it to someone else and I would rewatch it if someone wanted me to, which probably will happen because Savage Caster, Mr. Tom, is catching up, as we say, He finished Drive, loved it, is working his way through Ghost, and so far likes it, but that's because he hasn't hit the bad part yet. And when he finishes...
Oh, so he's still in the first... Oh, so he's still in the first 10 episodes.
He hasn't hit Adele yet.
Ugh.
Yeah. And then when he reaches Exade, he wants me to rewatch it with him as we go. So I will be rewatching Exade.
I'm gonna be rewatching it at some point.
You did the same thing with Gaim with him, right?
With Tom's girlfriend Victoria, she was about 20 episodes in and then decided, hey, let's cram the rest of it into a weekend. So I rewatched it with her.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be rewatching X-Aid at some point because I want to show this to my siblings since they both love video games, and I've shown them a little bit of Gaim, and they seem to like that. So I'm sure they might get a kick out of X-Aid.
As you guys probably have noticed from the Facebook page, my nephew loves X-Aid. He
Nice.
won't stop playing with the belt. Like, he puts the belt on, he plays with it. He knows how to turn it on. He knows how to henshin. He even says henshin before ratcheting the belt open. Like, he knows how to play with the beta and the normal dual gasket.
That's cute.
As Mighty Action X. No, what is it? The Mighty Maximum X?
Maximum Mighty X is the level 99 one.
I have that. And he loves playing with X. He likes the little switch on the top.
Yeah.
So, pretty good stuff. I love, like, I can't praise it enough for its own ingenuity. Although the last, as Chris said, the last 5 episodes of the show really, really dipped it into the like area. If they just, I'm not getting into it because we're gonna get into it later, but it's just, oh my god, it's not great. So what do you guys think?
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I mean, like, when you first hear about this idea, it's like, oh, this is doctors and video games. It's like, well, that's a weird mixture, but then it actually, like, worked out really well. And
wait,
because
you thought that was a weird mixture, but you thought fruits and locks were okay?
At least this doctors and video games made more sense quicker because it's like both deal with lives.
well, the thing with the whole fruits and lock seeds thing is that, if I remember correctly, when Gaim was coming out, I wasn't actually, like, actively paying attention to, like, magazine scans and stuff. I was basically just watching and following everything blindly. So, you know, when that just came up, I was like, okay, this is the new Rider thing. You know, just in for the ride. Let's see where this goes. But, you know, with X8 now, because, you know, obviously you guys do the news show and whatnot, you know, I'm more in tune with what's going on, so it's like you're building expectations off of what you're seeing before the show actually starts and whatnot.
Speaking of that news show, damn man, you guys fucking hit it on the ball with the last one.
Oh yeah?
Loved it. I'm loving the whole build thing.
But yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of X8, and I would definitely give this a rewatch. And yeah.
Noble.
Yeah, because, well, when I started properly watching Toku, it was right as Gaim was ending and Drive started. So my first quote-unquote official full Kamen Rider series was Drive, which was amazing.
Agreed.
And then like at the end of that year, it's like, oh, and the next Kamen Rider is based on ghosts, and I'm like, this is awesome. I love the supernatural.
It's a shame that it got canceled, turned to a fan fiction, and Garage Hero picked it up.
Yeah, and then it happened, and I was just like, oh, this is kind of cool. Well, that's kind of. Oh, okay. I'll just stop watching now. So I was very skeptical when I heard video games are part of the next Kamen Rider series, because it's like, I liked the idea of ghosts, and that went horrible. I can't wait to see how they fuck up video games. And
so
and then
Ghosts set the bar low for you.
yeah, and then we got the image of the fucking Animu eyes, and I'm just like, no.
Okay,
but it's actually a really good series.
We'll talk about the eyes when we get into the suit design, because I have some stuff to say on that.
They didn't bother me afterwards. It was just at the very beginning, I was just like, ooh, that's weird. We've had like compound eyes and like compound faces for the last couple of years. That's gonna be awkward to look at.
Yeah.
But other than that, I liked the show. It was good. It had its ups, its downs. The story was decent at times. The last, 5-10 episodes kind of flopped like a motherfucker, but that's only because they decided to crank out Build, ha ha ha, funny joke, a couple weeks earlier than they should have.
Although, interesting point, something that Gar noticed when he was looking at the episode count, I feel like I should double check this myself, but according to Gar, the finale of Exade is the 1337th episode of Kamen Rider.
I could easily believe it.
That would
God.
actually make sense considering that's a game reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
And that would make sense to the whole.
I feel like if that was
thing.
I feel like if it was on purpose, there would have been a great big sign in my face at the start of the finale episode. Kamen Rider episode 1337. Woo!
Oh, then he hinges into elite form. And he just says Mountain Dew and Doritos all over him.
Yeah. Turns into one of the Summer Game Tracer skins.
He henshins into fucking Sentai Genji or Bike Reaper.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But, so I guess we should get into the generalized plot of the whole show, right, as a whole?
Well, before we talk about the plot, let's start with what we saw at the start of every episode. The opening theme.
Yeah, which I like it. I have it in my iPod, so.
I have the full theme on my Google Drive. It's my 5th song. In my Google Music.
Kind of feel like the opening theme missed the mark. Like, it wasn't nearly as... I was expecting something of like a chiptune-y nature, you know? And while the actual background music soundtrack has a plethora of those, especially the Rider themes, they're all great. I feel like the opening theme missed the mark entirely. It sounds like something you'd hear in a club.
I mean, it is a little bit odd given the show itself, but at the same time, though, I think it kind of works just because, when, at least with the opening, because of the visuals that they're using for it, it matches them really well, so.
And that's why I have high hopes that Build's opening will have great visuals, because Build's opening doesn't seem thematically appropriate either.
That's been a thing in Rider, though, lately. If you look back at, what was it? Our fanfiction series, that theme song always, to me, every time I heard it, sounded like this belongs on an anime show, not a frickin' thing about ghosts.
Yeah,
That should be on an anime.
Do you think that Just Live More was good to Gaim?
I thought
Visuals were pretty
Yeah.
good.
I thought
made
Gaim's theme
perfect
song
sense.
matched because it sounded like a war was happening.
Yeah, I would say that worked pretty well, given
The
the,
whole war thing didn't happen until the last 5 episodes of Gaim.
I know, but it was more about with Gaim. The war thing was more about the motif, but it was kind of subtly presented in the fact that it was different factions against each other, like the teams.
I was gonna say, the war theme, the real war part of it didn't show up till the end of the series, but it was always kind of there from in the beginning with all the different dancing factions going against each other.
I feel like
so
it
it's
wasn't
kind of there, but it's not
it wasn't
in
played
this
up
epic.
much.
It wasn't in this epic scale like the theme song will make you think. Which that does that is a juxtaposition, but at the same time, I still think it works. And let's be honest, it's still a kick-ass song no matter what.
Drive's theme was the perfect theme song for Rider.
Yes, I agree. Especially
Absolutely.
especially for Drive, because as it's starting up, it's got that guitar riff that kind of sort of sounds like you're...
It was made by a writer.
Yeah.
For Rider.
Technically, it was made... Technically, it was made by 2 writers, technically, because he's also Yango?
Yango and Eternal.
Yeah. Yeah, Drive's theme song was definitely a perfect match. I mean, hell,
Agreed.
his name's in the song.
Agreed.
But the X8 theme song I found to be pretty good. I enjoyed it. The visuals on the other hand really did not match the show's motif.
The thing that bugged me about the opening was how some parts of it they kept up to date with the changing forms, and some parts they didn't. At the end, it was Genmu, and then it became Paradox, and then it was Cronus. But then, they never added level 100 Brave to the opening, it was kind of why this and not that? And let's not forget how half the show they abandoned the opening. Did they even explain that? I don't remember.
Yeah, they did explain that on a tweet, saying that the reason why they got rid of the theme song was because they had to hurry the plot along, and they didn't have 35 seconds extra to do the theme.
Hence why we kept getting like little sequences where the credits would start playing over,
Yeah.
and then there's just the theme
And
song.
the fight scenes, the fights would have the theme song in it.
I feel like we could have just sacrificed the recaps instead of the opening.
Kids,
Yeah.
man, it's a kids show. Kids need to remember what the last episode was. Still
Sure.
gotta remember that part. It is still a kids show at
Speaking
heart.
of
It's a heavy plotted show too.
speaking of the lack of music, I'm kind of sad there weren't more insert songs.
Yeah, it was
We
always
got
the
way-
theme song. It was always just the theme song done in a different way.
Except for the Bergermon episode where we got Wish in the Dark, and I think that
Yeah.
might be it.
No, there was the Kamen Rider Girls song was in
Oh,
the
yeah, People
Mighty
Game.
Brothers.
When Poppy
No,
sang
People
it.
Game. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. In the debut fight of Mighty Brothers, they had the Kamen Rider Girls song. I think it's "Let's Try Together."
Oh,
Oh
playing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you gave every individual form, not counting the different level ones, their own song, that's like at least 37 songs separately.
well, I'll point out that in the actual background soundtrack, there are themes for each individual rider for each level. For most of them, there's like Exit level 1, level 2, level 3, level 5, level 10, and then there's like Brave level 1, 2, 3, and 50, and Snipe level 1, 2, 3, and 50. Which is actually really good if you listen to them. They're actually like they're variations on the same song, but like the level 1 theme is 8-bit and the level 2 theme is more modern, and then the level 3 adds the twinge of whatever the different gadget is.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool, especially if you like chiptunes.
Snipes level 50 made me like really happy, and it puts me in a good mood.
Yeah, but he still should have had a level 100.
We'll talk about that.
Well, we will absolutely talk about that.
We will.
Because fuck everyone and everything. But so
Any
like,
more thoughts on music?
yeah.
I liked it overall. Most of it seemed to fit with what was going on. And hey, we actually got insert songs this year, unlike last time, where they kind of forgot about that concept entirely.
I really miss
What?
the
So I
idea.
didn't have insert songs?
It had
No,
like
the fan fiction didn't
They were
have
too-
insert songs.
They were too
Well,
poor
of
to
course
make
not, it was a
insert
fan
songs.
I
But
gotta drop this bit. I'm sorry.
yeah.
It's too
But
much.
I will say that it was interesting to know that the super depressing song had lyrics.
Which one?
The sad everything's depressing song. The like the one that starts off with the piano, like the do 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 do.
Oh yeah, I know
when
which one
they-
you're talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
When Poppy died and they played that song over her like ashes raining down on the city.
Oh, I'm sure I know what it is, but I can't remember it.
I can't think of it. I just know it's part of the regular soundtrack. But it's like the song that plays whenever there's something super depressing going on.
Okay, yeah. I
Like
usually don't
how-
gravitate toward. I don't like look for the sad songs anyway. So
I didn't. It was just I had the X8 playlist playing and it was listening. And it was going on. And I was like, I'll listen to this. It's a nice beat. And then it's like words. I'm like, what?
I'll tell you one thing I discovered on the insert song soundtrack that I didn't know existed and immediately love. The two songs sung by Masamune, not only Wish in the Dark, which was a surprise to find out he sang that, but the other theme, which I guess is Cronus' theme, called Justice. While it doesn't quite match Cronus thematically, it's still a really good song.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the whole soundtrack yet, so I wouldn't know.
Also, just as a bit of a callback to what we were talking about earlier with the episode count, I'm looking at the Kamen Rider wiki, which has like counts for all of the episodes, and unless I'm doing my math wrong, the episode count only comes up to 1310.
Liar,
So,
you liar!
Maybe he's counting like some specials as episodes. Like he
Probably.
did mention how like Zekross you could count as an episode.
nah, this list doesn't have that. It's just literally all the full series.
I
Well-
think it should just be canon episodes you count.
It is a wiki, so it's subject to
Yeah,
people's
yeah.
interpretations.
It is the Kamen Rider wiki. Let's remember that.
I've noted you've been pretty vocal lately about your complete distaste for the Rider wiki.
Well, I
Well,
also
everyone
hate it
knows
too when I was
Tajador
doing-
gives. Everyone knows Tajador gives edgy bird powers.
What?
That was a thing that used to be on the Kamen Rider wiki. That Tajador gave edgy bird powers,
Bird powers. He becomes
And
bird
that-
person.
and that
But, like,
Gata
they
Kiriba gives him bug powers.
They also put Kronos as
Yeah.
a fucking
I
hero.
am so tired of
They-
correcting people on Cronus.
Oh,
It's
they also
Kronos,
said that-
deal with it.
They also said that Poppy's alias name Asuna is named after the chick from Sword Art Online.
Please kill yourself.
This is why
I
don't
like
trust
Sword Art
Kamen
Online, and that's fucking stupid.
This is why I don't
Yeah.
trust the Kamen Rider.
They explained it explicitly in the show that it was an anagram of the words for temporary nurse. Kari no Nasu. Kari no Asuna.
Yeah, but people are stupid.
I don't know. I was
Yeah,
just
but
looking
also
for an
people like
episode
Bobby, so-
number count. So
Anyways. Shall we move on to suit design discussion?
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Let's talk about
This
the belt
is
first.
a hodgepodge.
Oh, the belt? Like, toy or real?
Either.
Both.
I'd say the toy is probably the best thing ever to happen to rider belts. The whole mirrored design and everything being no fucking goddamn electronics in it. I like that. People hated that. They're like, oh, we're just buying a hunk of plastic. No, you are buying a tool. You are buying a tool to activate the other tool. That is it.
I mean, like, by the same logic, buying a Game Boy Advance is just buying a hunk of plastic. Until you put a game in it, it does jack shit.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Here's what I have to say about that. As a kid's toy, remember, kid's toy, it doesn't weight it down.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
my nephew can wear that belt without feeling encumbered by it. He runs around, he giggles, takes the gadgets out, put them back in over and over again. He loves the fucking thing.
Yeah, and then you
I put
drives.
the secondary rider for drive, Mock's belt on it, and he goes, it's too heavy. Like it's
Wow,
down,
even that one.
It comes off him because it's too heavy.
Or
And that's
like,
the smaller one.
Yeah.
Or like with O's. Here's this nice, very compact belt. Now here's 3 super heavy die-cast metal coins to shove in the belt.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
to argue that, you could just buy the candy toy medals. They're light as fuck.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
and they,
but-
they work just the same. But the problem that with the other thing I love about the O's belt is that all the sounds are in the ring.
Yeah, they're all in the scanner.
Yeah, so it's just
You
like
just need
ding,
to
ding,
buy the
ding,
waffle
done.
iron.
Yeah, unless you buy the fucking wrist mounted.
Taja waffles.
But back to the X8 belt, like I found that as a hacker, I found it very, very hard to hack a fucking hunk of plastic.
That doesn't make any sounds. Yeah.
I pushed the
I
nubs
tried
and nothing happened.
I tried my best. I tried my best, guys. I did open up my belt and paint the inside of it because it got really stupidly fucking. Because on the inside it's lighter. Like the paint on the outside is darker than the paint on the inside. So if you shine a light through it, it looks weird. So I just painted the inside black, like matte black, so the outside is really like vibrant.
But yeah, so at first I was kind of sad that the display on the belt wasn't an actual like display like Forze's, because I thought it would look way cooler if like you put a gadget in and it actually programmed the belt to show that form. But I can
Yeah.
understand why they didn't, because it actually allowed for a lot more like mixing up of forms and gadgets. You could put any 2 gadgets you want in and see how it looks like, because God knows I did that. I put fucking Boxo Bike and either Dangerous Zombie or Comrade Chronicle in, and it looked in the display like Laser Level 2 was running them over.
Or like if you put Giri Chambra in. Well, no, we shouldn't talk about that one yet.
Wait, what? Why?
The other belt.
Oh, the Buggle Drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I like how the gadgets. I love how the gadgets were programmed toy-wise, because they had so many different sounds just from having 2 buttons. Well, 3
Yeah.
arguably.
Yeah, technically 3. Yeah, 3 and then
Yeah, the-
technically 4 because of the reset button.
there's 9 buttons, 9 sounds in each of the belts.
Yeah, in each of the
gadgets.
toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's 10 if you got the beta and dual gadgets. Because
Yeah.
they swap between 2 different sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
That is-
did get your money's worth with the programming. even though the sound in the gadget itself didn't, 2 sounds didn't play in the show.
I'll say that the one thing I didn't like about the design of like the equipment in general is just the shape of the gadgets was really awkward. They were designed clearly for being held in the hand, but not so much for being displayed on a shelf.
Well, yeah, because they're just lying flat.
Yeah, you have to have them on like their side, where the label is on the side. That's how I have mine.
If you have like a very particular like level surface to display them on that you know won't shake if something else in your room shakes, you could like balance it so it's standing up on like its bottom, but that was really dangerous.
I mounted mine onto a poster board on the wall, like I did with my guns. So they're all exactly like flat, straight down, and they're easily removable just because they're just clipped on. So I can click, click. That's it. And if you do that with the dual gadgets, the magnet for the speaker is on the back, so you can actually attach it to anything that is magnetic. So clunk, and it works.
Nice.
So for mounting purposes, I found it really good. For anyone else who's not an enthusiast like I am for toys, you don't really need to do that. But yeah, like I found the gashes to be too big for my fucking giant monkey hands anyway. So like, and not to mention that I only use level 50 normally.
But yeah, so going back to the design of the gamer driver in general, while I understand the idea behind using neon green for the color, it was very visibly hit and miss with different rider designs.
Yeah, that was an interesting color to use for a belt, is frickin' neon green and pink of all things. I mean, it goes with obviously our main guy, but then you have everyone else where it kind of like, what?
It's hit and miss. Exade, passable. Brave, absolutely not. Snipe, perfect. Genmu, not so much.
Laser, no.
God, no.
Like, Genmu only used the belt for like the later episodes because he used the
Buggle driver.
Yeah, the Buggle driver.
But like when he used it with level 2, like when he had level 3 on, it looked, the green matched up fine. But like in level 2, level 0, and level X0, it kind of stuck out.
Yeah, but it did the same thing with Perfect Knockout. Perfect Knockout looked like shit.
Sorry, you're talking about Paradox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Like
the
looked
belt
bad against him because he had the regular gamer driver.
You're talking about Perfect Knockout. Yeah. No, absolutely. It kind of didn't fit with him too much either.
It didn't look like anything. It shouldn't even be on him. It looked like he should have. Oh, by the way, you should have just henshined by putting it into his chest, like everyone else.
Well, I mean, as we've seen, doing that produces a different effect depending on which gadget you do. Like, Graphite did it to himself with Proto Dragonite Hunter, and it powered up his form. Poppy did it with Dr. Mighty X, and it turned her into a shower of Wonder Bread dots. But so yeah, activating a form by sticking it, activating the gadget by sticking it into oneself, not exactly recommended.
I think.
Yeah. I kind of
damaged gadget though, right?
I kind of did.
Gadgets are bad.
I like the idea of Paradox's first few forms being like without a driver, because the Gasha Gear Duel was really sold as a portable to the gamer driver's console motif.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish we had seen the Gasha Gear Duel beta get used that way, because it had sounds for it in the toy.
Oh my god, Chris, you just blew my fucking mind. The Perfect Knockout gadget, that's a Nintendo Switch.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's also mobile.
Sure.
You fucking blew my fucking mind.
There
Out
you
my
go.
eyes. Conk.
Um,
Since we're talking about belts, let's go to the Bugster belt.
The Buggle driver.
Yeah.
The Gashacon Bug Visor and Bug Visors Y / Buggle driver and Buggle drivers Y. I fucking love them.
So.
One looks pretty good with the purple.
I like poppies only.
This is why.
The cyan.
Yeah.
I
The
kind of
black and purple one I didn't like at all.
I really loved the first Bug Visor because it was so clearly a Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of like made me happy in the way that it was like, oh, it matches Proto XA.
Genmu?
Yeah, Genmu.
Yeah.
You know, it matched out with him because he was purple and black. Belt is also purple and black.
I just love the idea that they're both belts and weapons. Several weapons.
Yeah, chainsaw and gun.
Yeah.
And like when it was first advertised, it was like, it's a chainsaw, it's a beam gun, and it's like a viral computer. Ooh. And technically it was not just a belt, it was also a wrist-mounted henshin device for the bugsters.
And it was a Pokeball.
Which there isn't that many Kamen Rider wrist-mounted items.
There should be more.
There really isn't.
Drive was both!
Well, yeah, there's...
Drive's main belt was bad. We're not talking about that.
But yeah, I love the Buggle drivers. I have both of them.
I only want, like, when you're willing to sell it, I'm buying it. Because I want Poppy's one. But, like, goddamn, the belt, my favorite meme is just sucking in Dan.
Oh yeah, I always love talking about how Poppy would put Dan back in his Pokeball.
The Pokeball belt.
Pokebelt.
Yeah, pretty much.
I gotta say, like, for a secondary belt, for a secondary rider, not bad. For villains, not bad. They also did their own thing, but, you know, I think henching with the Buggle driver, it made them more powerful, but they also were powerful on their own. They didn't need it unless they were fighting someone who was stronger.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was pretty cool. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. Too much water.
So let's start talking about suit design in general.
I will say with the Buggle driver, and I guess technically not the Cronus one. That one doesn't have like a after image person on the screen, right?
Yo, it just has to clock.
Okay.
It's got a couple of bars along the edges.
Yeah. So like if you use Giri Chambra in the Buggle driver, it looks like a skeleton hopping out of a coffin or like hopping out of a body.
I never looked at that. That's funny.
And that's all I had to say.
That's pretty funny.
I also like to put Boxo Bike in the Buggle driver because that also looks like Laser running over Genmu. So yeah, let's talk about suit design in general. The most hotly debated topic of which, the eyes.
I don't mind them.
So the eyes to me remind me of like old school, like Nintendo era eyes.
Which is 100% what they were going for.
Yeah.
And while I understand, and they did kind of like help to accentuate the personalities of their characters, I feel like we could have gone without the white pupils and left them the compound eyes, and they would have been just as effective, if not more.
So you mean like when what's his face died and they were riding the motorcycle of him and he didn't have whites in his eyes because he was dead?
No.
That was that. It didn't have any eyes, period.
Yeah, with Laser and the Bike Gamer Robot, they just took the eyes completely out. I just mean like remove the white pupils, because then like we just get compound eyes in the color of underneath, and I think that would look better. I remember someone shopped what it looked like, and I'm like, that looks cool.
Yeah.
The one instance where I think that the eyes were matched up perfectly with what they were going for is Genmu, because it was very clearly a palette swap and an evil version, and just the way Genmu's eyes were designed, perfectly on point, I think.
Yeah.
But at level 1 forms, I know that you have a lot to talk about level 1 forms.
Oh my god.
Let me just go first and just go out, get my level 1 grievances out of the way, and then you can go on your full-on rant.
Well, it's not like I'm gonna go on like a 20-minute tirade. I'm just gonna...
No.
I don't like them. I know what they're for, and they do it well. I just don't like them.
I like level 1. I like them in the show. Keep them the fuck away from my goddamn figures.
Yeah,
They
no.
are ugly. They are They are unposable.
You're just
They
talking
are-
about the Level Up Rider series?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if that's your argument, you could get the full action version of X8 Level 1, which is perfectly detailed. And Lane did, because he's Lane.
Yeah, that's lame. Okay, so I don't have $100 to fucking spend on a
Fair.
big hunk of fucking useless plastic, but in the show, fuck yeah. They were- I
Sorry.
loved it. I loved it in the show. I when I saw it in the finale,
Well,
I was
44.
Like, no, 44, and they were fucking kicking the shit out of fucking Game Deuce. I'm gonna call him Game Deuce from now on.
Wow, how did we never think of that?
Because you don't have me on the show anymore. I mean, what? When I was fighting against Game Deuce, it was so good. They were kicking his ass, and they were like, how is this working? And they're
And you know what? Like I said on last week's Castranger, which just went up, you know what? That is the correct solution. Every year they beat the final boss with the base form, and it never makes sense. This year they managed to do it.
Yeah. that
That's-
sequence
Yeah,
was
you
just
mean like-
That
amazing.
said, my opinion on the battle in the finale is not going to be quite so positive, which you'll hear coming up. Not in this recording, but when we talk about episode 45 in next week's of regular Castranger.
click the eye in the upper right-hand corner. You go to that episode right now.
But yeah, level 1s, they're white blood cells. I fucking get it. I'm glad they weren't used anymore once bugsters possessing humans was no longer a thing.
Yeah, that was a thing that went out the window real fast.
Too many complaints. But Snipes is still the best. All of you are wrong. Unless you agree with me, then you're right.
Well, I mean, Snipes was the only one that had an interesting ability. The fucking bullet
there's
attack.
The other guy, bike dude,
Laser?
Laser, had weapons.
Yeah.
That's
so-
true, yeah.
Which,
But that's the
for
only
people's
one that actually
information,
did something.
for people's information, were called the armed units. That was the
They're
name of the
fighting
guns.
things. They're just wheels.
They're wheels with lasers.
They're wheelie dudes. They're hammer bros. No, anyway. Yeah, there's only two that were useful, and the snipe one was the best one.
Sure.
Bullet attack!
Sure, I'll agree with that.
Motherfucker had just turns into a bullet, fucking cuts his heart out. Oh, wait a second. That is like a copy of Fize's finisher.
Oh, there's the fact that he warps through them?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that was not a case of, like, literally going through them. It was like, he does the kick, and then he turns into pure energy and, like, transports out the other end.
Yeah, but like Snipe lands the same way Fize lands when he goes through the guy.
Sure, but that's more of a case of Snipe as a bullet is physically going through you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, it was pretty good. And Snipe's own virus was pretty cool too.
Oh, the
Bang Bang shooting virus.
the Bang Bang shooting
Turns
Union?
into guns.
Are you talking about the
Yeah.
Union form or the actual Revolt Buckster?
the gun that
Oh, yeah.
fires out of the guy.
I was gonna say how funny that a bullet is firing itself at a gun.
You don't watch anime very often? Come on. They do that all the time.
Don't trust yourself, not even your propellant.
So
I
that's level 1. They are a thing that happened.
Level
Yeah.
2, though. All
So-
right.
So let's talk about level 2.
I have grievances with level 2, but I'll let you guys go first.
Well, which level 2 are we starting with?
I guess we'll start with Exade.
Yeah, we'll start with main cast and we'll go in order. So it'll be that, laser, snipe.
Level 2 Exade got boring quickly once I stopped making jokes about him being a Kiba Red.
Or Mario.
Interesting enough, someone actually shopped like Exade Mario Gamer, Brave Zelda Gamer, and Snipe Mega Man Gamer, and they look fucking amazing.
Why Mega Man? They couldn't
Because
do
shooting.
something-
Jump and shoot!
Yeah.
Yeah, but they could have done like Metroid.
That's what I was thinking. more
Instead, they
along
picked
the
a good game.
lines- No, don't lie to me.
Yeah, you know, they could have picked Metroid.
No, that would have been his level 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, X8 level 2, nothing spectacular. I like that they took the departure and made their head rider pink. I appreciate the balls that must have taken.
Yeah, that was an interesting
And
color
it was
choice.
a dude. It
Yeah.
was a dude
Yeah.
Too.
This is the next step towards getting a female lead rider.
Before we start properly talking about the level 2s, what do you guys think about the hair?
Weird
Hit-
choice, but it kind of works, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's hit and miss.
I like Stipe's hair.
The emo hair
Yeah.
over the one eye.
I love
He's an FPS gamer.
Yeah, edulations.
Yeah, he's super edgy as fuck.
I love the fact that when he went level 3, it's like rotated up. That was what sold that for me. It's like, now I have to use both eyes.
Yeah, I have to actually aim. Fuck.
Now I have to try.
Someone else took Soldier on comp.
Now I have to be Farah.
Pharaoh with a fucking machine gun. But yeah, no, X8's hair, it bothered me at first, but I was like, it's not going to change, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
It's easy to see what they're going for if you play old school video games. There's a lot of heroic, like,
Also,
platforming characters with hair like that. Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese games in general.
Exactly.
And also just Japan in general. Hello, anime.
Yeah, the only ones that didn't bug me at the start were Lasers and Braves, because they were more incorporated into the overall design.
Yeah.
Lasers kind of made me laugh just because, yes, it's
Because
bike
it was a
handles,
pink-
so let's make them fucking
no, I was
pigtails.
talking about his pink spiky mohawk.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they did that just because he was supposed to be sold as X8's partner.
I think he did it because the fact that his game is based off of anything is legal, even murder.
It's Mad Max Mario
Mad
Kart.
Max, and guess what? Have you ever watched a Mad Max movie?
Nope.
Yes.
Everyone has mohawks.
Yeah.
Everyone
No.
has spikes.
Yeah. In a destroy
Oh,
everyone
God.
racing game, that fit pretty well.
Yeah.
Now that we mentioned Mad Max, the Laser debut episode makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
break the deal, face the wheel.
Boxo bike.
Definitely.
Giant fucking wheel gets summoned. God.
God, okay, well, let's have Chris talk about fucking
Brave.
for 30 minutes. Suck his dick.
There's really not that much to say. Like, the one thing I didn't like about Brave Level 2 was just the fucking coif on top of it. I get that it's supposed to look like the European Knight, and that's totally on point. I just didn't like it. So my level up figure for Brave, I took the fucking hairpiece off it, and it looks more like an Eastern style like anime knight hero, where it's just the short hair that's like coiffed back to look like kind of edgy, a little bit like Wings, which really fits when he goes level 100.
You did that with another rider figure too, where you took the hat off of it and made it a crown.
Did
can't
I?
remember what it was. Yeah, it was either you or someone else I saw on Facebook do it.
I don't
But they-
remember.
Didn't you do that to your Duke?
It was
Making,
Duke,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
banana-
well,
Duke
what I-
made it into a crown.
What I did with Duke was, it's the head I left alone. What I did was mixed up the lemon energy armor with the banana arm.
Oh yeah. That's
So
yeah.
I made what I like to call Kamen Rider Duke accoutrement lemon arms, I guess. So it's the armor is mixed up with like banana's shoulder piece on one and lemon shoulder piece on the other, and then banana's front chest piece.
Because all the freaking Gaim Energy Riders, for some reason, only had one shoulder pad.
Yeah.
Laser.
I will say I liked Brave's suit design. I also
Yeah.
liked Snipes at the beginning. I guess I'll wait for proper characters later. Laser was cool. It was kind of weird that he turned into a bike, but it makes sense.
The thing with Laser is, like, this is less about the suit, more about the story, but, like, I'm kind of sad that we didn't get to see the point of Kiria's life where he first discovered that his rider was a bike.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's in the...
I can't fight, and then he immediately starts fighting.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest parts of the X8 Abridged series. Whenever Kiria and Dan are in the same shot, he just goes, "Why am I a bike?"
Because you
Like
threatened me, bitch!
Yeah, like every single time. Why am I a bike? Because your game's Boxo bike. Then why isn't Taiga a gun? Guns can't be riders, you silly bike.
That would be stupid.
That's not the kind of joke I would put in my double abridged, man.
But yeah, Brave level 2 hit the mark pretty well. Pretty good for a base form rider.
Yeah, I like Brave level 2. He looks cool.
Snipe level 2, I think, is my favorite of the level 2s because it's just so ornate and detailed, and they added so much to it that makes it click really
His
nice.
figure is also super expensive, and I'm still trying to buy one.
Like the fucking helmet, and it's got STG on it for shoot. I think it stands for shooting games,
Probably.
or maybe like special task group because military. But yeah, that
For the steak.
the helmet and the hair and the fucking shoulder cape and the color scheme that matches the belt perfectly.
The color scheme of dark blue and neon green.
The cape is what made me really like Snipe at the beginning. It was his character that made me not like him in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snipe's character at the very beginning made me want to fucking be like, you were supposed to be the chosen one!
Well, we'll talk more about the characters a little bit later. I have a lot to say about Taiga.
Yeah, and then we have the 2 forms for Genom.
Yeah.
Genmu. He had his level 2, which was just a less stupid palette swap of Exade. That's all I'll say on that.
And then he had Zombie, which is really fucking good.
Oh yeah, we'll talk. We're gonna talk about their power ups as we go. But yeah, level X
yeah.
Genmu is pretty fucking
is
good.
Zombie at level 3? No, Zombie's level 10.
No, his level
Yeah.
3 was Shakuriki Sports, and then Zombie was his level 10 / level X.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, not much. I don't know if anyone has anything specific to say about Genmu level 2. It's Exade, but done nicely.
It's X8,
I mean-
but it's X8, but good.
Do we
Basically,
want to
yeah.
count in the level zeros with this as well?
Level 0 is the same thing, but with white stripes instead of
The
purple.
only
Yeah.
difference in level 0s is that Laser looks different in level 0.
Laser
Laser
is
has
a duck.
legs.
Laser is a
Turbo.
duck man. in
Laser
level zero.
Turbo.
Yeah.
I feel like Laser Turbo was too similar to Exade and Genmu.
Because it was
At
the
least he had
exact
a
same
fucking
fucking
level
undersuit.
2. At least he had a level 2. That's all I have to say. At least he had a fucking form.
Wait,
Yeah, at
are we
least
still
he
talking
wasn't
about
just-
Laser?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
well, I just said like level 0 Laser, like Laser Turbo.
Yeah.
It was a form. It
Yeah,
it wasn't-
and it's
and I'm-
fucking
and I'm-
accessory.
And I'm glad to see that he got a humanoid form, but my point is, like, why is he so similar to fucking Exade and Genmu? Same shoulder pads, same undersuit. All they did was
It's a beta.
take Genmu level 0 and slap the duck face on him.
Yeah, but level 0 is supposed to be like the beta.
And I understand that. Story-wise, it makes sense, but it didn't have to.
Palette swap, right?
I guess if you want to think about it, technically, like if you want to look at the shoulder pens and stuff, it could be considered like a motorbike or like dirt bike armor.
Don't make excuses for it. It was clearly Exade and Genmu's
Yes,
shoulder pieces.
it was
Yeah.
clearly Exade and Genmu's forms. Yes.
But like, it's just a palette swap, like all betas are.
Yeah, but it's our favorite duck man, so I tried to be nice.
It's big head mode.
Big
Yes.
head mode. I give you that one. Big head mode. Yeah, there you go. Someone put the cheat code in.
Yeah, duck
Uh,
duckulations.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so-
I guess we're moving on to level 3s now, right?
Yes.
Talking about X8's level 3, which is just, what the hell was that movie? With the guy?
Real Steel,
No, they were the big fist.
Hellboy.
Hellboy.
He's coming to Injustice too.
Yeah, well, nobody cares.
X8 level 3, the precursor to Doomfist.
Yeah.
X8 Doomfist, X8 Overwatch Doomfist Gamer level 3.
Now I have to actually mod that. Thanks, assholes.
Have fun.
As much as I'm going to be saying I get why they did that, but I don't like it, that kind of applies here too. It's a robot action gamer. It does what it set out to do. It just didn't strike my fancy.
And then it disappeared,
Okay.
so...
Here's a
Okay.
thing that's gonna make two forms that are really stupid really nice.
No, because it's just two forms that are really stupid that are really nice are coming up next.
No, I'm talking about switching the level 3 forms for 2 specific riders to make their level 3s look better.
Exade and Genmu?
Yes.
Absolutely agree.
Black and red would look so good.
And I know because I've seen that Exade Flash Belt app, and I did put those in, and they do look better.
Yeah.
And like I've said on Castranger, I don't like Exade's color scheme, and I don't like Shakuriki Sports, but you put those two together, Exade Sports Action Gamer Level 3, the perfect combination of those motifs and colors. I
Those
don't
names are
like them
fucking
objectively,
ridiculous.
but I can appreciate how well they fit together.
The names they put on these forms, good lordy.
Yeah, and then there's a Brave Parappa the Rapper Gamer.
Oh my god.
That looks so stupid. I hate that.
The irony is when that form got announced, I was looking forward to it because I'm like, I like blue, I like knights, I like or I like RPGs, I like rhythm games, so I'm sure I'll like this. And then it actually happened, and it was a fucking unmitigated disaster.
I, on the other hand, liked it.
I mean, I think what really kills it to me is just the color. It's clashes so much with the rest of it. Other than that, I mean, it's not too bad. But
That's what makes it cool, is that it's literally not him. He doesn't exist in that form. That form is so good as its own standalone form. If it wasn't Brave, if it wasn't Hero in that form, that it would have been perfect for anyone else's attitude.
I feel like if we had slapped a gamer driver on Poppy and gave her Tokimeki Crisis and Doremi for Beat, that could have been a neat power-up for her.
yeah, that actually would have
But
worked.
she's not human to use the
Exade could have
Max-
reprogrammed some
yeah,
human DNA into her like he did to everyone else.
Yeah, fucking level 99 this bullshit. Or level...
No, it's 99.
Yeah,
It's
level
99. 99 does the reprogramming.
Well, you can also do reprogramming as golden hair beaded guy.
Oh, yeah, fucking... Yeah.
We'll talk about that one later because that's apparently like, yeah.
I will say I like the color contrast with Brave Level 3, how it's like this nice like tealish blue and white, and then a really, really, really hard bright yellow.
Oh shit, FaceCore just posted artwork in the chat of Poppy beat Crisis Gamer.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it looks pretty
fucking
nice.
God.
it looks real
Chris,
good.
Put that in, Chris.
Uh,
Edit that one in.
I kind of wish he had the beatbox wheel on her arm though.
Yeah, where's the turntable?
the thing
Yeah.
that I like
Is
the
turntable.
I liked the turntable, but what really killed beat Quest Gamer Level 3 for me was the fucking hat.
Yeah, what
Oh,
was
I
with
thought
gonna
that?
say the shoulder speaker that's just gonna make
You
him
know
deaf
what?
in one ear.
You know what? Fuck you, Chris, because you wanted that exact same design with Raven.
But it's Raven. He wears a hat.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I don't
You
want it
like
on my-
the way it looks.
I don't want a
That
fucking pale yellow baseball hat on my fucking blue European knight.
It
Okay,
Still.
in like 2 or 3 more sections when we talk about the Hyper Battle gamer forms, you can be happy.
Yeah, sure, Famista Gamer did it better, but I still don't like how it looks objectively. Snipe Level 3,
Fuck
Snipe's
yes.
fucking good.
the
Yeah,
best
that
Level
one's
3.
amazing.
Well,
I don't think
one
I
of
don't
them.
think Snipe has a bad form.
No,
Like period. Like Snipe wins the form.
His
thing-
level 5.
the
His
thing-
level 5's kind of rough.
the one thing I didn't like about Snipe Level 3 is the color scheme. The orange from Jet Combat Gamer did not mesh well with Snipe, which is why
Here's the problem. But the cool part about that is that they took the gun design. Well, the reason why it's orange like that, they took it from Afterburner. They literally the guns in Afterburner are orange.
sure, and that's probably the idea of where Jet Combat came from. That and Ace Combat.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, where Jet Combat failed, I think Xevious produced what I think is Snipe's best form, design-wise. Snipe Xevious shooting gamer is perfection to me.
I mean, I don't want to sound kind of biased here, but I really like the navy blue and orange color scheme.
Get out.
I just couldn't like like in the show, he was a fucking powerhouse and he wielded it perfectly, and it was great to see. But I just did not like the orange and white on top of navy and neon green.
I just like the fact that the dude just fucking underhanding fucking Gatling guns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
he's
that was
using them
awesome.
Like they don't, and he's using them like they don't affect him. Like when he's in the air and shooting, the guns should be pushing him back, but they don't.
Oh, you mean his lack of recoil?
Yeah.
Anti-recoil miniguns. The
It's
future.
like,
Sure.
and they're like attached to like a hinge on his back.
It
which are,
looked like they were attached by like some weird hose things.
Yeah, that's where the bullets were being fed in from.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
backpack on him. And his he-sots. Oh, dude, the
They
fact
didn't-
that he's just like, you know what? Fuck you in particular.
He pulled his.
Ah!
He just pulls a Zolda. I wish they used it
Yes.
more.
Wasn't it basically a rocket barrage like Farah?
Pretty much.
It's been a while since I've seen him use that, so I'm trying to remember what it was.
Just like,
Jet critical strike. Justice reigns from above.
oh my god. And then we'll talk. What? No, because what? Oh yeah, no, he did have a level 3, didn't he?
Laser?
Level 3.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
The
so-
good,
Okay.
the good laser form.
It's so
I'm gonna say this right now. Laser level 3 just looks like they took the laser turbo and just slapped a fucking like cardboard face on him. It looks
Well, technically that came first, so if anything, Laser Turbo is them casting off Laser Level 3.
yeah.
In fact, that was probably the point.
It looks like they took a form and went, okay, no, this form looks like shit. Quick, add a cardboard mask to him to make it look better. Like
Well-
it looked like it was half-assed.
Well, the thing is, if you look at all the other level 3s, they're just the level 2 forms with, like, some face mask framing around them, so this seemed pretty, like, on brand, if you know what I mean.
I
Look at, you look at the duck face of level 0, and then you slap
Yeah.
the fucking golden flame mask on it. That was the point of a level 3 form.
Yeah.
More or
and
less.
if you look at, I don't understand. Like if you look at the other forms, there's forms that kind of have the Gaim treatment, where the armor slaps on their shoulders, and that's it. Like
No, it's because his level 2 was a bike, so they couldn't
Yeah.
just slap samurai armor on a bike. They had to give him a human form.
speaking
Yeah.
of him of his transformation to level 3, someone added the Transformers like.
Of course they did.
And it matched perfectly, and it was great.
Yeah.
That sounds appropriate.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyone who listens to our show will know that I've been very vocal about my love of Laser Level 3, so
You
definitely,
pretty much have an orgasm every time you talk about it.
yeah.
Yeah, he's wasted more kids
If-
in his pants than
If they ever
anyone else.
actually put out the Laser Level 3 figure arts, I will, in fact, during the recording, get down on my knees and praise Toei and Bandai as gods.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll do that when they make Kiva, so get in line.
Yeah, same here. I might actually buy that figure because
Yeah, well.
anyone who
when
knows
they
me
make-
knows I don't really buy figures like
when
at
they
all.
make more double gold forms, I'll be happy.
So we touched on it briefly, but Genmu Level 3, sports action gamer. I think it's hilarious that they actually just took a bike and stuffed it on his fucking shoulders.
And I also find it hilarious that his fucking weapon, like his Hisats, is just bike tire, haha! That's it.
Well, what else is he gonna do?
Yeah,
Give him any
Rider
other
Kick?
weapon.
Well, I mean,
Rider
like,
kick.
he used the wheels as chakrams, so, like, those are actually a real type of weapon, so I applaud them for using what they had on them.
But
Just off in the background. Fire in the hole!
my idea that I made in the pod
Rip tires.
when I started the Discord server, the first thing I posted was, you know, all he could have done was do a rider kick and use the wheels to make him accelerate as they spin and create a jet effect. So it makes his rider kick 2 times as fast.
Now I'm just envisioning Genmu, like, along the ground with one wheel attached to his outstretched foot and the
No,
other
no,
wheel
he's in the
attached to his
air.
armor, and he's, like, gliding along the ground, accelerating.
Or he
Oh,
could-
like how Mock's whole technical idea is that his arm to his shoulder is supposed to be a motorcycle because of the wheel on the Zenrin shooter and the wheel of his shoulder pad.
Exactly.
Yeah. But like what I meant was like he gets in the air, performs the rider kick pose that every rider does, but the wheels spin behind him, creating like a jet effect.
Oh.
Shoots him down faster on the guy.
I was thinking something similar to that, but it's like you put the wheels in front of him, so it's like those launchers on a Hot Wheels car track where like he just goes through it and just gets propelled really fast.
Drive.
Or alternate idea, he's like in the air doing the rider post kick, and then the wheels just attach to his legs like training wheels, and he just soars down.
And he goes across the ground like yo.
He turns into the Roadrunner. Meep meep.
Game over.
He just turns into the Roadrunner. Meep meep. Boom.
Yeah. Who else is that left? No.
That's it for level 3s.
Yeah.
And then we
Do
have
we wa-
5s now.
Do we want to talk about the level 4s?
Oh, there's 2 4s, right?
Exade Burger Action Gamer, Brave Safari Quest Gamer, and I guess Brave Galaxian Quest Gamer as well, but we haven't watched Cho's Superhero Tyson yet.
Which is probably gonna suck.
So the problem that I have with Burger is that it's more powerful than Snipe.
That is really hard to process.
You gotta understand this. He's 1 level higher than Snipe level 3.
Well, levels just mean stats. It doesn't mean that Snipe couldn't defeat him, because it doesn't matter how much ketchup you can It doesn't matter how much ketchup you can shoot if you're being pelted with fucking missiles.
And also, he uses those things like fucking Gatling guns. Like, da, 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 da. Look at me, I'm fucking on skates. Look, I'm Lucio. Da, 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 da. You know, like,
how many Exade characters are analogous to Overwatch?
All
A lot.
of them.
There's a lot, yeah. Snipe is fucking 76. He's even a dad, like, kind of, like, he's the dad of the group.
Well, Snipe could also, if he's actually using the sniper mode, he could be like Widowmaker or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really fucking sexy Widowmaker. With a stick. I mean,
As if
what?
No one can hide from my edge.
Well, no, he even has the ability to see invisible targets.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Give Snipe a Venom Mine and we're in business.
Oh my god.
And then this discussion just turns into, let's turn Exade's cast into Overwatch.
Anyways, we've got lots to get through.
And then we had...
Level 5s.
Oh, wait, Bill, we're talking about Brave level 4, right?
Oh.
It was
Safari
level
was a
3.
fucking disaster. Galaxian
that
is
one,
just a reskinned Jet Combat. Not much to talk about.
That's gross. Okay.
Are we gonna talk about the other ones too, or are we gonna count those separately?
What?
The Hyper Battle ones?
Oh, Pac Famista and Zevius?
Yeah.
Non-canon, don't count.
Okay.
I said my piece on Zevius, the others don't matter.
I will
haven't
say
seen
I
those,
like
so I
the
don't care.
Pac-Man like suit with like the fucking knuckles.
Which they've reskinned for Knockout Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen those game forms, so whatever.
Okay. So, level 5. And the thing that I hate the most about level 5 is that it splits into 4-player co-op. And fucking... I honestly think that Laser got the fucking shit end of that.
Absolutely. Laser level 5 is a disgusting mess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's just literally, hey, here's the arms and legs from the other thing, because there's nothing left for you.
Yeah.
Hey, here's what 2 other guys got, plus some feet.
And like, Xaid was kind of really bad too, because all he had is a flamethrower on his face.
Despite that, I actually really like how Exade level 5 Dragon Fang looks. I think it looks better than straight up full dragon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think that full dragon Snipe looks really good, like, as a form.
I think that Brave pulled off full dragon the best, because it matches the motif better, because, like, he's a dragon knight.
Except he never fired the gun.
All I have to say about this dragon thing is, Wizard All Dragons standing behind you is like, bitch, I did this better.
Yeah, first and better. Unquestionably.
I was kind of hoping that we would have, like, more, like, the rest of the crew do full dragon. But
Yeah,
How
besides
the
us
bloody
XA
fuck would Laser
and
even
Snipe.
do Full Dragon?
You don't think you would be able to put that in his belt? He'd be like, oh fuck this shit, I'm a bike. Boop boop, motherfucker.
I'd be interested to see how it would turn out, but I don't think I could take it.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, Laser Level 5 is literally just one dragon head away from being all dragon anyway.
Yeah.
Or full
Yeah.
dragon, I should say, not all dragon. That's a different
Oh yeah,
show.
he's like, oh my god, I'm a humanoid form.
That's what he's. Yeah, the first time he went level 3, he was like, finally, humanoid form. I guess we're not counting level 1, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, a humanoid form that can actually do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's after that? X's? I guess we have X's now.
Yeah. Exade and
yeah.
Genmu level 10.
Yeah.
So, so Mighty Brothers.
Mighty Brothers, meh. Like
The colors
I think,
hurt my eyes. I absolutely
it-
fucking hate Mighty Brothers.
I think that only like a couple people that I know personally actually enjoy Mighty Brothers, Lane being one of them. But like they don't. Ugh.
I
It
think
doesn't look good.
I think if they have done one simple thing, Mighty Brothers would have been less painful. You know how the side of the head that's not theirs, that is a different color?
Yeah.
If they had made those not the different color, I think the forms would have been less painful to look at.
Yeah.
Like if L's hair was all turquoise and R's hair was all orange.
Yeah, that is a little bit weird. I mean, I don't mind the Mighty Brothers form, but yeah, I will say the shade of colors they used was a little bit weird. But other than that, I didn't mind it too.
I
Yeah,
think-
like I was expecting to do like pink and neon green, and one's an all pink form and one's an all neon green form. Like
Thank
they invert the
you.
colors.
I think the
Thank
reason
you.
I know this was rumored, but I think it's true. The reason they made them those colors is because it's an invert of red and blue, which was Paradox's colors.
Yeah.
Which I mean makes sense thematically,
Sure.
given the show. But
That doesn't
Yeah,
make it not
this-
ugly to look at.
Right.
But then I also have to say I have to give props to the suit actors on them because they did their best to make it work. Like the
Yeah.
whole shoulders thing, like creating the face. Every time they did a kick or move, they would come back and they would put their shoulders together to make the full face.
That was neat.
Yeah,
well, just in sorry,
There
I
had to be a
didn't interrupt.
bitch in choreography.
Oh fuck
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
it gives them all the props you could ever ask for, and major props to the main guy, the guy who always does the main riders. He did the Emu side of that with a guy he's actually training right now to become his disciple, to become his
Neat.
successor.
Yeah, I was just gonna say is like giving props to these guys, like just the way that they were moving together when they were doing those scenes to really sell that whole co-op, I am you, you are me thing. That really was impressive, and all the props to those guys for sure.
Oh, absolutely! Like the fact that the guy wants to retire, so he's just training a bunch of guys up. And
Well, I mean, he's been doing it for like how many years now?
He's been
I'd
doing
say
it, like at least like I would say 30 years because he did the original Riders too, right?
I don't know how long he's been doing it, but yeah, no, that dude definitely deserves it at this point. Yeah.
Hmm.
And yeah, I honestly think that like the form is okay. The form is okay at best, but it has nothing compared to Genom.
Genmu.
Dangerous zombie gamer.
Dangerous
Yes,
zombie.
that's
Well,
sexy as
technically
hell.
the name of the form was Zombie Gamer Level X, and then Zombie Action Gamer Level X0.
Yeah,
Or as
Yes.
everyone else that I know started calling it Broken Dan,
I
because
call it Drunk Dan because he fights like the
Yeah.
Japanese drunk fighters. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
the bit with the bips and the dodges, like it's just like what, you know?
when you put Boxo Bike and the Buggle Driver, Kamen Rider Genmu, Hit and Run Gamer Level X.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like when that thing came out, pretty much everyone in this other Toku group that I hang out with started making Broken Dan jokes out of it because his hair color, it's black and white, and there's a wrestler out there that was going under a broken gimmick where he had black and white hair. And also he was kind of crazy, and, well, Dan went nuts, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I just love how basically this form showed up and everyone creamed themselves.
Yeah.
Well, it's a gorgeous-looking form.
It pulls off
It
its
absolutely
motifs
is.
really well. This fucking skeleton bones, the broken gauge, the damaged eye visor.
Yeah, this suit is the reason why I like the hedgehog side of build.
Yeah. Although one thing I wish they'd done with Genmu is when he went level X0 with the gamer driver, I wish the visor on the zombie helmet had fixed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that would have been an
Yeah.
interesting thing. And the other thing, this is more of a story thing, but when Genmu went from level 10, quote unquote, to quote unquote level X, there was no visible change in his suit, and I wish there were.
Yeah.
It kind of did have a change where they kind of just made everything, like all the background color.
They added visual effects to his combat, but that's
Yeah.
not
They made
exactly.
it more muted and really weirdly edited,
Yeah.
but they didn't do anything to the suit itself. And I know probably the reason why is they didn't want to risk what they did with fucking, I can cut anything guy.
Brave.
Brave. What they did with Brave's suit, because they did modify his suit, and now there's physical damage on the suit itself.
Oh yeah, on the
Because of
shoulder
it.
pad.
Yeah, the
Or on
shoulder
the
pads
collar.
have physical damage on it because they
Oh.
modified that suit to fit something else on it, and because of that, it scraped off all the paint, and they didn't have time to repaint it. So in some scenes, you actually see black notches.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, that was the FaZe was talking about it. He was posting screenshots of it.
You know what they could have done? Just straight level 10 dangerous zombie could have had a perfect visor that's not cracked.
Oh, and then when he goes level X, have it break.
Yes.
See, I would have been okay with either. Just give me something.
Well, since we're talking about him in general right now, I want to talk about the lives that he had when he was there, because god damn it, I hate Build. I hate him. They fucking wasted a life on Build just for him to walk the fuck away.
I have some thoughts on the life system, which I'll talk about when we get into the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're contrived as fuck.
Yeah, level 50s now.
So, the first level 50 we will mention is Paradox, or Paradx.
Or Paradix.
There you go.
Yeah, Paradix.
I like the knockout fighter one. His perfect puzzle one just looked stupid to me.
Also,
Yeah,
Perfect Puzzle is a hacking form.
Yeah, that and the owl in a turtleneck doesn't look intimidating.
The thing
I
that
just
really,
miss-
the thing that really killed Puzzle Gamer for me in particular was just the hair. If it wasn't for the hair, I would have been perfectly okay with it. Ha ha
Yeah.
ha! Perfect puzzle.
I would have been perfectly okay with having Perfect Puzzle more utilized.
Yeah,
than he
because
was.
it was
All he
definitely
did was he got super powered, switched over to Knockout Fighter, win. That's it.
it definitely seemed more like Puzzle Fighter was his primary form, or sorry, Puzzle Gamer was more like his primary form, and then he would only switch to Fighter when he got pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the only time he actually used puzzle to properly fight was he got a stretch metal and just stretched his legs around and tap danced on the guy.
Space Jam Critical Finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was really
Critical combo.
Yeah.
boring.
Come on and slam.
But then we have X8. X8 didn't have level 50.
Nope.
No.
Brave and Snipe did though.
Brave
Yeah.
level 50 was the power up he deserved, but it
But
was
he-
not the
but-
power up he used
level-
well.
Brave
Never-
level
he
Pepsi.
Yeah, he literally used it twice and had his gadget stolen from him.
It's not that he used it twice, it's that the first time he used it was the only time he ever really used it.
Where he created zombies, yeah.
Like, he used all of his spells, and it was so badass, and I was like, yes, now we have a good Brave form, and he's gonna do shit! And then he
But you
never
forget-
did any of that shit ever again.
You
The only
forget
time he
that-
ever came close to using his full powers was the one time that he defeated Exade level 99 when Emu wasn't trying.
Yeah. But you also forget about the one rule about Ryder. don't fuck with a rider during the first henshin.
It's called debut illness now.
Yeah.
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 And then there's the other weird thing with the 50, though, at least with Brave, where every time he used the damn thing, he would get exhausted or pass out or something.
It's
No, yeah,
because it was too much.
bitch.
Yeah. The other thing that I liked at first but didn't get played as much as it should have been was the fact that like the Gashet took him over the first time he used it and he like got the red eyes. I thought that was awesome, but then it was never ever a thing again.
That would have been cool if Tattle Fantasy did that to him, and that was why he was working with Masamune.
You mean Legacy?
No.
Legacy, yeah.
No, yeah, Title Legacy would have been like, you know, we talk about Title Fantasy, right? Which,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the level 50, but I'm talking about
Yeah.
like if the level 100 did that to him as well and made him
I
work
was
with the bad guys out of his free will.
I was thinking more along the lines of after using it for so long, he loses control of it and it takes him over and he goes to work with Masamune and then somehow he would have attained Tattle Legacy, which would have freed him of that bond. That's how I envisioned that whole saga going down.
But then we have my boy Snipe.
Bang Bang Battle Boats.
Oh,
My favorite snipe form.
Bang, bang, battleship, why are there planes on this thing?
it's a fucking battleship.
Yeah,
Well, no.
a battleship, not a carrier.
Yeah, it's a battleship, not an aircraft carrier.
It can be both, but at the same
You can land
time,
a plane once on a battleship.
the thing is,
You're not getting the plane back off, they don't have any runways.
I'll talk in detail more about this when we talk about like my thoughts on the action of the series, but I think they didn't use the full potential of this form either because it's based on a simulation game, so it should have like deployed ships and like fired from different angles. But the only thing I didn't
different angles thing though.
yeah, the only thing I didn't like about this form was that the colors didn't really match here either. Like
No.
the red kind of clashed with it. The hat on Sniper level 50 was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I was about to
pretty
say,
good.
you shut your whore mouth. That
His
hat is
shoulder pads were
beautiful.
also kind of perfect.
Yeah, the hat, the shoulder pads, the giant gun hands, all perfect. I just didn't
Except
like
for
the
the
red.
color.
I
Yeah.
kind of wish he could like
I agree
launch
with
the
you.
little planes off of the thing and have those fly around.
Exactly.
Kind of
I
like
saw
Gundam
someone-
funnels.
I saw someone remake the color for Snipe level 50 and they changed all the red to green and it looked so much better.
Oh, you're gonna send me that?
I don't have it. Like it was the tweet that I don't have. I didn't save the image.
Oh, that would look so good.
You could just easily just change the color scheme in Photoshop.
I'm kind of surprised that Snipe level 50 kept the emo hair. I would have thought that form was supposed to like represent his ascent into maturity, so he wouldn't. It would have like taken the hair off because he's wearing a hat now.
Well, the hat would. The hat would probably fuck with the hair.
If you think about anything, hats with hair are cool. Just look at JoJo.
I'm the guy who likes JoJo, and I'm throwing that one away.
Okay, so are we gonna put Snipe level 50 at like the top of the level 50s list?
Yeah.
Yes.
I myself would put Braves above, but you guys are welcome to like who you
Well,
like.
They're even since it's the exact same Gashat anyway.
Oh.
Cough out! Cough out!
This entire show is about cop out.
Just a quick
Yeah.
point on that. They made candy toy versions of individual Perfect Puzzle and Knockout Fighter gadgets. Why not Tattle Fantasy and Bang Bang Simulations, damn it?
Aren't those like
Because
the,
no one
trophy-
loves you.
Clearly, they haven't made Laser Level 3 yet.
And they never will.
Or
You'll be
Brave
sad
Level
forever.
50, or Brave Level 100. They're making a figure arts of Snipe Level 50, but not Brave Level 50. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? They're making
Yeah.
Snipe Level 50.
Boy!
Yeah.
Laser level 3 is sitting right next to Keith, and they're both talking about why no one loves them.
I'm sitting over here.
I love him enough for everyone else.
I'm sitting in a corner by myself going, go Snipe, go Snipe. And everyone's all like, why? Why do I not get one? They're all sitting in a corner of a stadium. I'm sitting by myself in my own little thing with like 50 chairs around me going, yay! Oh, man.
Exade Level 99. Maximum Gamer.
AKA, here's our Gurren Lagann reference.
Or, no, I would say more along the lines that it looks more like watermelon arms, but
I mean, functionally, it was this for the same purpose, to have a big,
Yeah.
hulky mech form.
It was like Kirby and Mega Man with the little mech suits.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It served a purpose for the reprogramming ability, but it didn't have to be so fucking ugly.
Yeah, no.
It's
Have you
literally
seen,
just Gurren Lagann.
Have you seen the toy without the armor on it?
Yes, it looks like a
fucking-
fucked up skeleton.
Fucking
Oh yeah,
terrifying.
that's the candy toy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The actual thing is essentially just like a fancy looking level 1 armor with a fold-upable X8 level 1 head to make it look like there's actually a figure in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
So you could technically have Brave level 99 gamer.
And then
Paradox level 99.
yeah, no.
The hair, just no. Why?
Everything
Yeah,
about
that-
it except for the gun was okay. And even
Yeah.
the gun was weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gun was really dopey, and then the hair is just like, yeah. But
I've
the
gone
rest
on-
of it looked alright.
I've
like
gone on
the rest
record.
of
I've gone on record several times on Castranger saying that the Parablade gun in its gun mode is the fucking stupidest gun weapon Ryder has ever produced.
No, fuck you, because Wizard's gun axe is worse.
No.
He doesn't have a gun.
No,
axe.
it's not a gun axe.
The
It's a.
Excalibur.
It's
Oh
a,
no, what's the other? No, it's no,
The-
sorry. The one that you put. It's the one with the dinosaur.
Oh, Puto Tira's
Oh, the Metagabaryu?
No, that one is the worst. Absolutely
because it's a
100%.
hand axe that turns into a sawed-off bazooka.
Yeah,
I
no,
like that actually.
You can like it. That's
The way
fine.
you switch
Everyone's
between
allowed
the
to have
two
a wrong
for-
opinion.
The way you switch between the two forms is weird because it's weird that the bazooka is pointed at your foot while it's an axe mode, but at least that I think is
Or
not
rocket
as stupid
jumps.
as the Parablade gun's gun mode.
I mean, that's like the same thing of saying, well, it's kind of stupid that the hilt on the Muso saber is a gun.
that they
Mm,
barely used.
Exactly.
Yeah.
like the thing with the Muso saber is, at first glance, it's like, hey, cool, my guard is a gun. But then, like, if you try and actually use it as a gun, then you got the awkward blade sticking at the top, and it's really fucking awkward to handle.
It's
I'm
kind
trying
of
to remember with Gaim, did they ever do like sequences where they're sword fighting and like someone who's using the Muso saber actually pulls the trigger while they're blocking a blade strike?
I feel like probably
They did
not.
do it once. They did do it once.
It
Because
should.
that would literally be like me if I was using a Muso saber all the time. Would be like blocking
Yeah.
sword strikes and then pulling the trigger.
Yeah, you parry them and then pull the trigger while the guards, the
Or you
barrel's
get
pointed at
into
their
a
face.
sword- Yeah, or get into a sword clash and just go,
Yeah.
Bang bang.
idiot.
Pull a,
You
Cer-
idiot.
pull a
Full clip.
Cervantes.
So the first fight in Gaim with Melon and Orange
Zangetsu and Gaim, yeah.
in Gaim, yeah, he does that. He parries the attack and shoots him in the face. Then he falls down and he hits him again with the sword. And
Okay.
going, if you're not fearful of death, blah blah blah, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
So yeah.
That gun in the Muso saber probably would have been more effective though if that was like a rapid
The power
fire
that came out of
SMG
that
or
gun
something.
was so inconsistent. That's the only thing I'm going to say about that because we should not talk about the show.
Anyways, back to Paradox.
Yeah. The axe gun is ugly.
I like the
It's-
axe.
Yes.
The axe part is good, but the gun part is bad. When the bad overwrites the good.
Yeah, it is a very weird combo. It's like
I would have
give him an axe,
tolerated
why is it a gun?
I would have tolerated it if it had the same functionality as the key slasher in that you could use 2 single gadgets in it, but you can't, so now I don't want it. By the way, the key slasher, what a fucking disaster of a design.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a very weird weapon to say the least. I mean,
They
the
sorta
sword,
took-
the
yeah.
gun mode. Like, if it was just a sword and a gun, fine. Why is there an air quote axe in it?
Why is there like a keypad on it?
Because it's a key slasher.
It's a keyboard,
Yeah.
because he's a gamer.
Yeah.
This
I
is
would
our
be more
acknowledgement to
happy
PC gamers.
I was gonna say I'd be more
Yeah.
happy because I'm a PC master race, but still.
But the design of it is bad, but what I hate more than that is the fact that that was Egg's weapon from Mighty Brothers through the rest of the show.
Yeah.
None of his extra forms got new weapons.
That's just been a thing with Ryder lately, though. If you've noticed, like,
Yeah, Type Trideron still had the trailer cannon.
But at least
Yeah.
there was only one form jump between getting the cannon and the final form. With Exade, it was Mighty Brothers, Level 99, and Muteki all use it.
Well,
Yeah.
going off that again, the fanfiction people were using the sunglass sword since like Grateful onward.
With Sunglass Sword, the base level sword,
At least the Gangan Saber was neat because of how modular it was.
and
Yes.
then, I mean, even
That
with Guy,
would have been good for X-Aid to have like a modular weapon.
Yeah, have like a weapon and then the different gadgets produce different attachments for it.
Yeah. Kind of like how the build bottles in build work like a clip for the Night Road gun.
Yeah.
Something like that, where like the clip becomes like one gashette becomes like a clip for like a gun mode.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know,
Any
that's
more?
just been a very weird thing that they've been doing in Rider lately, where the Riders don't get a new weapon for their final form. They're just reusing the last one.
But yeah, Paradox, level 99. Design-wise, aside from the hair, I kind of got used to it. I liked the whole Templar monk fighter style thing that it seemed to have going on.
Yeah, I like the 99 design for him, except for the hair.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like is the head.
We're all in agreement then.
Yes.
So a perfect figure, if we ever had those, would just pull the head off. There you go.
Yeah, just put a fighter gamer's head on it.
And the fact
Yeah.
that his only weakness was Genmu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the perfect mix for that would have been get the get the fighter head from his old one and just like add some blue on it.
Paint
and then there you
a
go.
couple of his head spikes blue, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
like that X-Aid custom figure that Reggie guy made with like the X-Aid level 2
Oh
head
yeah,
with the
yeah. I
Paradox
think
colors.
he called it Paradox Level 0.
That would have worked perfect on that body.
Paradox v Cinema.
So so now we need to move on to
Muteki Gamer.
Muteki Gamer, and I'm just gonna say
Well,
no.
do we want to consider Muteki level 100 for this?
No.
Okay.
Fucking no.
I'm gonna
Level
say
99 and a half.
I'm gonna say
The thing is, the soundtrack called Muteki Gamer Level 100, but the soundtrack also mixed up the levels of several of Exade's forms.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to say that it is possibly the worst rider form since Wizard's like diamond form. Like,
Are you saying Infinity style is bad?
yes.
I mean, I know a lot of people who will disagree with you, myself included. I liked Infinity
Yeah, I
style.
like Infinity.
I'm allowed to not like a form.
You are. That's all
Yeah.
I'll say to that.
Personally, I will contribute me not liking Muteki as like me not liking Putotira because it has the white undersuit.
I like Putotira, partly for that reason, but I will agree
I'm
with
sorry,
you guys that
Tagadore's best final form. We can argue about
we
this
had that
some other
argument
time.
already.
Yes, I know.
Muteki?
Go to that episode.
Muteki is the most disastrous Gurren Lagann shampoo-themed fucking final form ever produced.
Yeah,
I hate
Muteki-
it.
What the heck?
I don't
Yeah.
know why they decided to give him dreadlocks.
Because
to
it
make him, more fucking hip with the kids? or
because
something?
hair was a motif and it represents the stream of a shooting star.
Get out.
And because
I'm
JoJo
gonna wave
Part 4
I'm gonna wave the flag once again of I get why, but no.
because JoJo Part 4 was airing and they wanted to get in on all the people that like loved Deluxe because that was a stupid stand.
Get out.
It was a
I need
stand
more
that
pop.
was just hair.
I need beer. Drunk David needs to come back.
Anyways, let's forget that existed and talk about Brave Level 100. AKA the other half of Cecil.
It's like Brave Level 2, but whiter.
Well, level 50.
Level
Yeah.
50, sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
Brave
Swapped the
Level
horns
50
for
whiter.
wings and made it white. And I like it, but I don't think it did enough new things.
Yeah, I like it more than 50.
I like his Hesots.
Personally, I would have liked it if he had like a new version of his sword.
Yeah.
That, like the flames were made out of like gold.
It's just like with Exade. Not enough new things. Not enough new
Yeah.
weapons.
Same with Snipe. He only has his gun.
Well, at least when he went level 50, he had fucking gun
He
arms.
had more gun.
More
Right,
guns.
Like, you can't go out and go, I'd like to buy the level 50 grenade hand things, please.
You know what level 100 should have had? It should have had an extra sword, and it should have wielded both of them psychokinetically.
No, you should have 2 swords, one cold, one fire.
Ooh,
Yes.
there's a neat idea.
What?
Yes.
Did I just make this form better? I think I
Yes.
made this form better.
I like that idea.
Are we best friends now?
Yup.
Uh,
So that's the primary
I don't
cast.
have much to say about this form other than the fact it was better than this 50. Like,
Yeah, there really isn't much to
better,
say about it.
But like, it's just the same thing except with the brighter Hisats.
I liked it, but it didn't do enough new things. The only thing it did that was any different was having healing magic and trying to be Kiva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I like the marble design that it has, but you don't really see it that often because there's always like really up close angles or really
it's
far
like-
away angles where you can't really see it.
Or they add fucking bloom to everything he does.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, I just thought of something with this.
a lot of lens flare.
So you know how the gasket for Legacy is basically a it has like all the little wires and stuff
Yeah, it's
sticking
like
out.
Yeah.
hooked up.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like maybe part of why it's also like just a lazy white repaint is because this is frickin' Masamune trying to copy what Kuroto made with the level 50, and that's why it's like it's lazy.
My
basically.
thought on Tattle Legacy was it's broken because they crammed level 100 into a single gadget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically homebrew as hell is what it is, if you really think about it.
Also, Dan is not a programmer in the
Masamune.
plot of yeah. He's not a programmer in the plot of the show.
Oh,
I can believe
just thought
that.
About something that can. I just thought about something that could make level 100 even more broken.
Hmm.
Oh,
Put it in the level 1 slot, then put Muteki in the level 2 slot.
Yeah. You'll
10
be 10
seconds
seconds
of
of
why do you put
invincible.
Tattle Legacy in one and Tattle fucking Fantasy in the other? This
Well-
fucking double Tattles.
Even though you mean Tattle Quest and Tattle
Tattle
Legacy.
Quest, yeah.
That's what he does.
That's what I expected them to do, because True Brave, who used Tattle Legacy in the movie, was level 50, and then when we heard Brave was going to use Tattle Legacy to go level 100, I'm like, oh, does he put Tattle Quest in the one slot and Tattle Legacy in the other because 2 times 50 is 100? That would have made perfect sense, but no, it's
Yeah.
just Tattle Legacy, so I feel like they missed an opportunity.
Photoshop it.
Yeah, well, we also know that the people that work on the movies are not the same people that work on the shows because the movies tend to suck.
And also
Well, I
because
haven't
the
watched
people-
Show Superhero Tyson yet.
I'm not going
people
to
from the
because
show-
I don't believe it.
I don't believe in
people
it.
From the show are only contracted to work on the show for those episodes, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well-
most of the movies are non-canon.
Although
Yeah,
something that I
and like I
mentioned
said,
on
they're shit.
something that I mentioned on Castranger that's worth noting is the fact that X8 is the first series since Fies to have the same head writer the entire length of it.
Double.
No, it was apparently they changed head writers at some point, but it was mostly Riku Sanjo. But yeah, according to what I read,
Wow, that's crazy. I really
Yeah.
thought Double was just one writer.
now they had several good writers, but it was several.
Yeah, it was still a team. It wasn't just one dude.